So for the second to the last time, we have our prediction show for the Premier League. It's already been a swell season. Liverpool are champions. We know the relegated side, but a lot of things can still happen. In 2 games. And without wasting much of our time, the penultimate game of the weekend, is actually looking very tricky. I had a quick look at the fixtures, and none of them was really straightforward. Everything seemed pretty dicey, but regardless, Victor, what do you have for the straight win picks for this weekend?
Yeah, I've got three. I'm looking at Brentford versus Fulham. For Brentford to win, it's priced around 190.
Yeah.
I would say the recent form points towards Brentford. They've got 4 wins in a row. Fulham have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They only managed to win against Southampton, so I'm going with Brentford here. The second one might be a bit eyebrow raising because of the higher odds, but I'm going with Forest to beat West Ham away. It's at 255, so that's substantial. Everybody should make their own decision on that one. But both teams have been shaky in terms of form recently, which, yeah, is reflected by these odds. But I feel like Forest need the win more, and their away form is better than West Ham's on home turf. And the third one is, I would say, a bit more run of the mill. I have City, Manchester City to beat Bournemouth around 150. I think FA Cup win or not, Guardiola still knows where his bread is buttered. He wants the Champions League, so I expect him to still go all guns blazing in this game. Recent form is also favoring City. They're on 7 wins in their last 10, and they've also won 4 of the last 5 head-to-heads with Bournemouth.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the fact that we have similar picks, shows just how tricky this weekend can be. In my head, I
Yeah,
had Nottingham Forest to beat West Ham as well. It's not all that set in stone because, like just like you pointed out, both sides have been very inconsistent over the past few weeks. But I think with everything on the line and all to play for, I think Forest will just rise to the occasion, just about do that. I also have City to beat Bournemouth. I mean, after that, I want to call it something of a loss to Southampton last week. After that result, it feels like they'll be eager to bounce back and make a statement, something like that. And finally, even though everybody still believes they are in their hangover period, I think Liverpool should be able to beat Brighton. I'm pretty surprised it's at 2.47 odds. I know Brighton are at home, but I think Liverpool can get something out of that game.
yeah,
2.47. It's quite value to go for. But
yeah.
anyways, moving on, Victor. What are your best over 2.5 and goal market tips?
For over 2.5s, I have restricted myself to 2 picks, to be honest. I'm going with Arsenal v Newcastle. It's around 1.72, and it seems overpriced to me. So both sides are on 4 out of the last 5 games with 3 or more goals. Um, I think they also both have to go for it. There's still UCL football to secure, so I think 3 goals here should be okay. And also Villa versus Tottenham. This one's lower, it's at 1.40. I mean, as it's been all season, Spurs are a mess in defense, but they're still handy going forward. Villa's situation is not too different either, so I expect both teams to score here, and I think one will manage at least 2 goals.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I'm also going with Villa Tottenham as well. I'm going with Brentford with Fulham to see at least 3 goals. And I'm also going with Brighton and Liverpool. I think it can either go one way. If Liverpool do not turn up, Brighton will capitalize. And if both sides turn up, we could see a decent, amount of goals, to witness that game. And moving on, player to score tips. I think it's becoming more and more difficult to predict players to score at this stage of the season. But yeah, what do you have in mind, Victor?
I'm looking at Beto. He's on 1.95 to score against Southampton, and Southampton are there for the taking. Okay, Also, Beto, he scored in his last two Premier League games against Ipswich and against Fulham. So he seems to have a knack of finding the net against the division's lesser teams. He's also stuck two past Leicester. He scored against United. Speaking of lesser teams, one against Ipswich, one against Palace. You see where I'm going with this. So I
Yeah.
think I've also got Delap to score for Ipswich away to Leicester. He's on 250 for odds, and same as Beto really. Delap has scored against Wolves, scored against Bournemouth, against Southampton, against Spurs, against West Ham. So he's got a type as well. And Villa versus Tottenham, I'm coming back to this game, and I think Watkins will score 1.72. I see you smiling. Did you pick him too?
Yeah, I picked Watkins too.
Yeah, I think he's Villa's focal point in attack, and he's not exactly been in stellar form recently, but he still managed to score three in the last five. And yeah, with Spurs defense, they'll have a proper tough time keeping him quiet.
Yeah, fair enough. Just like you saw that smirk already, I also backed Watkins, to score against Spurs. Like anything in the Premier League these days goes past Spurs, and I think Watkins would definitely be able to capitalize on that. I also think Wood would have a shout at goal, against West Ham. I don't know how that game will end, but Wood is in a good chance to score a goal. And his name has gone pretty quiet over the past couple weeks. I mean, Erling Haaland is no longer that fearsome striker like like he used to be at the start of the season. But I think against Bournemouth, he could get a goal, to his name. I strongly believe so. And I think my last pick has to be Eze. Although Palace have been inconsistent, but Eze, even in their inconsistent run, he has been something of the constant. His goal threat seems to be on the high these days, and I think he can probably get a goal, in that game. And
Yeah.
moving on, Victor, any same game tips in mind?
Yes, I've actually got a three-liner for Chelsea versus United. So I've got the first one is Chelsea to win the first half, to lead at halftime. It's priced at 180, and it has happened four times in Chelsea's last five games. The only exception was the last time out against Newcastle. Then I've got Garnacho to have over 1.5 shots at 1.57. He's managed two or more shots in seven of his last 10 appearances in the Prem, and also over 1.5 shots for Neto at 140. Um, he also has two or more shots in seven of his last eight appearances. So overall odds is 3.95. I think that's quite neat, to be honest.
Mm. Okay, fair enough. And just on a final note, any bold opportunity to take advantage of?
Yeah, I'm going against the Liverpool fan in me, and I'm tipping Brighton to score over 1.5 goals. Yeah, the odds aren't exactly high. It's only 1.83 actually, but believe it or not, Brighton have scored two or more against Liverpool at the Amex in the last four head-to-heads there.
Okay, fair enough. Ironically, my own pick was Liverpool over 1.5. I mean, based on the fact that the bookies gave Liverpool 2.4 odds to win, I think pricing Liverpool at 1.84 to score two goals against any side. I mean, I think it's an opportunity against any side, if we're being honest. I think it's an opportunity. So Liverpool for me over 1.5 goals. And the biggest opportunity I'm seeing, I mean, I called some last week. I said Everton will score over 1.5. I remember
Yep.
they did. But this
Yeah,
time
you have
I'm
a
also
great
seeing
record.
I'm also seeing Nottingham Forest over 1.5 at 2.39.
Wow.
Exactly, against West Ham. I don't know why it is priced that high, but I'm going to take that chance. Nottingham Forest to score 2 goals against West Ham, 2.39.
Yeah,
I think it's something to take advantage of, or it's worth looking into at the very best. So
definitely.
Nottingham Forest and Liverpool to both score over 1.5 goals. Those are my, bold opportunity picks. Yeah, and on that note, we've come to the end of our prediction show. We've given our tips, we've given what we think will happen, and we want to hear from our viewers out there. If there are any tips you feel you don't agree with, or there are extra tips that you would like to share, we'd love to see that in the comment section below. And as usual, we'll be here to discuss how we fared in our Premier League recap.